So on this class opener, we're just doing some simplifying, and whenever you see the word simplify, you should think two things. Thing number one, distributive property, and number two, combining like terms. And sometimes you do both, distributive property and combining like terms, and in that order, because you always multiply first before adding or subtracting. So on number one, there is distributive property. So let's distribute negative 3 times x, that's negative 3x, and then negative 3 times 5, that is a negative 15. And that's about all you could do on number one. Number two, this one's interesting. 1/2 times 6, you could actually write it out and say, okay, 1/2 times 6, and put the 6 over a 1, and you'd multiply it through. 1 times 6 is 6, and 2 times 1 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Or you could just think, okay, what is 1/2 times 6? What's half of 6? The answer is 3, right? So you could just put a 3 right there. And then when you distribute 1/2 times negative y, you can't really do that, so that's just going to be a negative 1/2 y. Or you could even put the y on top if you wanted to. You could say, put the y up here, like that. So it's totally up to you if you want to write it as 1/2 y or y over 2. But anyways, this is the answer, 3 minus y over 2. Let's move on to number 3. Right there, we do not have distributive property, but we do have combining like terms. And we could combine the x's, the 3x with the minus 2x. And when you circle things, it's important to include the sign that's in front, because that tells you whether you have or you owe. So I have $3, I owe $2. I am going to have $1 left over, but I'm not talking about dollars, I'm talking about x's here. Let's bring down the plus 9, and there's nothing else to do, so that is my simplified algebraic expression. Now number 4, that one's definitely fun because, because number 4 has both distributive property and combining like terms. So some people might make the mistake of thinking, oh, 5 take away 2 is 3. Wrong. Okay, you need to distribute first before subtracting or adding. So we will include that minus sign. That way it'll look like a negative 2. So negative 2 times positive 3x, that is a negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 4, that is a positive 8. And then I'm going to bring down the 5 that's in front, bring down the minus 5x at the end. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and I'm going to combine the x's with the x's and the numbers with the numbers. I'm going to combine like terms. So the negative 6x combined with the negative 5x. If you owe somebody $6 and you owe somebody else $5, you're going to owe a total of $11. So minus 11x or negative 11x. And then this positive 5 with that positive 8, that's positive 13. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the answer to number 4. And why did we do distributive property and combining like terms on this class opener? Because that's going to be step 1 on solving any equation on today's lesson. Step 1 is to do distributive property and combining like terms.